Kalen Patterson, Midwest Muscle down here in St. Louis. It's you guys got a break on the weather, I'm telling you. But it's a mess. People still came out, still had a good showing. Seminars are becoming a good thing. Well, they're not becoming a good thing. They are a good thing. How does it help the competitor that's new? How does it help the competitors competing? And how does it help you as a promoter?
Well, I can tell you right now, what it comes down to a lot of times for the competitor, it's more of almost a validation when they come in because they don't know what to expect. They see the people here, they think, I can do this after seeing the bodies and whatnot. And that's a good part of it, I believe. But also it kind of helps the learning process.
Mm-hmm.
So from a promoter standpoint, what it does for us, it makes it easier for us to get them to the stage, less questions. They kind of know what to expect at the show, and as long as I do my job and try to tell them the best way to approach it as far as that goes. But yeah, it's all encompassing. It's a lot to take in really quick, and we've done this several years now, and I think we've got it down pretty good. Try to go as slow as we can so people can get the good notes and whatnot. But from the competitor side of it, I think it really kind of takes the jitters out a little bit from show. I don't think you never get rid of them.
No, you're not supposed to.
But yeah, exactly. But it kind of dispels some of the myths too. Your judging criteria. We talk about how we judge, how we look at the competitors and all that. So there's no second guessing. Let's put it that way. We try to make sure that they understand, where they fit, body-wise and whatnot. And again,
which is a big help.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, when you have seminars set up like this, it takes a lot of, as a promoter, I'm sure you're used to the headaches and, all the late minute calls and all these other things. But when you have weather like this and still have this kind of turnout, that's got to be, shows appreciation to you, but it also has to make you feel good as well.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And we had over 60 competitors here today. Oh, I'm sorry. Possible competitors come out today, and we were really surprised. I mean, let's put it this way. I think you told me you risked your life to get here, and I did as well. Believe me, it was like the white knuckle down the I-70, about 2 hours of it, and almost wore me out before I got here. So, a lot of passion, about it. So, we were really, really happy with the turnout, especially with the weather. So.
Yeah. Now, what were some of the questions that you didn't expect to hear that you actually heard?
I think they're all pretty good, relevant questions, to be honest with you. I'll tell you what was kind of cool was we had some people that, as you go along with these seminars, sometimes you miss a few things, and bam, they'll pop right into you, and you'll answer that. But really, some really good, valid questions. Oh, well, it's things like hair.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hair is like, it's all relative, and however, as we say, we've never really denied someone a win or whatever because of their hair.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some relevancy to that.
Yeah.
If it's not shaped correctly, it's hiding your body too much. But that's probably the only one that I think today that I could say was a little bit different, if you want to call it.
Well, as you're going, in the years past, and you find ways to improve, seminars have to improve as well. I mean, it's basically going hand in hand. And when you have the competition level, because I'm sure you've noticed as a promoter, just like I have, just doing the interviews, the competition is stepping up.
Absolutely.
And I mean, so now it's got to be more and more, even with the seminars, have to step up because there can't be any lack because the shows are just getting better.
Oh, absolutely. And it really, to be honest with you, I welcome it.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes us better. It makes us work harder. It's like anything else. When you're a competitor on stage or a competitor against another federation, it just makes us all better.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, and Becky and I, we talk about this all the time. As long as the other federation is on the same level as we are as far as our drug testing and whatnot, it's all good. We're all a community together, and we try to help each other. And believe it or not, we tell people to compete in other federations all the time.
I heard your wife doing that already.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's all about basically getting more and more exposure to the stage, make you a better competitor. And if it works for you, that's great. And you come to our stage, you end up doing better and better because you did compete somewhere else and you got that experience. That's fine. We're all for that.
Well, you're not going to say it, so I will. You guys are both real passionate about fitness, health, and well-being. So, the shows are basically just a byproduct of that. And I know you and your wife both push health and fitness, and the competition is for the people that say, I want to go to another level. So, with that kind of passion, I say thank you. And I just, the respect that's given because of what you guys do and how you do it, because there's plenty of people that can do a show, there's plenty of people that can, throw things out there, but when they can actually back up with the lifestyle, that's more than appreciated. And I know you guys are passionate. You put your hearts into what you do. How do you keep finding the energy? Because I mean, you just keep going and going and going. It's like, how do you, like, just keep putting yourself out there to where it actually still has meaning, still have relevance to your life, and still has relevance to the people that you speak with?
Well, I'll tell you what, I always revert back to me personally and Becky as well, competing years and years ago, and the whole idea of, hey, I want to bring something to Kansas City that's fair for us. And I continue to think back on those days, and like, I'm doing it for the people that really want to basically do it with a fair playing field.
Yeah.
And I knew how it felt to be on an unfair playing field.
You talked about that, yes.
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, when I found it was the NBA, believe it or not, that's how old I am. It was like coming home. I mean, it was absolutely the best thing. And I talked to Scott Dickerson back in the day when he took it over and turned it into NBF, and told me he wanted to bring a show to Kansas City, and he kind of basically schmoozed me into becoming a promoter. I really didn't want to do it originally, but because I wanted a show in Kansas City I didn't have to travel to, So, and I thought, well, hey, if I don't do it, no one's going to do it, and I'm going to do it for those guys backstage that really didn't have a fair playing field, and that's what it's all about. I want to bring the best contest I can and make these guys feel like it's a professional run show. They're treated like kings and queens, and make sure that it's done correctly. Even though we keep growing larger and larger, we try to keep that, that family atmosphere and take care of everybody.
And it works.
Absolutely,
it works.
Yes.
I mean, and I think that, like I said, that comes from the passion that you guys have, and trying to cover what the judging when you're promoting. That's not going to happen. You guys got to basically get out of your own way. But the promoting part, where you're taking care of the competitor, it's bar none. I've been there, I've seen it, so I know. And when you have that, you do bring the people back because they know, it's worth it. The travel, the hotel, the booking, the diet, it's worth it. And that changes everything as a competitor, because you don't have that lag time or that drawback or that, it just, why. They don't. The why is more positive than negative.
Yeah, we try really hard to. I mean, it's crazy what we do as far as for competitors. I mean, Becky is so cognizant about costs. Like I said, she's my accountant. Crazy. She actually will just dig around and find the best deal on the best hotel we can to make it as cheap as we can for a competitor. But at the same time, really nice accommodations. And she's really successful. I mean, it's like I told her, she got to go in the travel business instead, But it's amazing. But these are all the things that I think that, we really look at each aspect of our show and try to improve it constantly to make sure that when you come to it, you're going to have a great experience. I mean, everything from contacting them, make sure that they're set for their polygraphs, and you name it. Our competitor packet, bar none, is probably the best out there. You look at it, everything's there you need. I mean, that's a major part of what we do, is make sure we have those people ready to, and everybody gets ready for show, as far as competing, as far as posing, training, all that, but they're not a lot of times ready here, so we have to be able to be here for them.
And it works.
And that's and we know. I mean, Becky and I competed for a long time, and we know what people really want.
It's
and
true.
to make sure when they go to the show, they know everything's happening on time and where to be. And that's the kind of thing. So
and even the knickknacks, you guys take care of that too.
we try, we try our best.
Well, you guys got to hit the road.
You bet.
I mean, it's been a crazy day, the weather, and you still had to turn out you did, so you're doing something right.
Well, I appreciate you risking your life for coming at it again. It was a rough one getting here, I know.
Yes, it was. Galen Patterson, John and Becky Arnold, Midwest Muscle, Dudas Fitness. They hooked it up, had it real nice. Thank you guys so much. We are out.